Y'all get ready?
Yes, you get ready.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Hey tea sippers, I hope you guys are doing good today. So I am back with another review. So it is a lot going on with this whole Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime show. So I did a video on it yesterday. We were talking about Stephen A. Smith and, OVO Mall and so many others who were going at, not only Kendrick but Serena. But what I realized is that this Super Bowl halftime performance, it has caused literally a visceral reaction for a lot of people. And I didn't know it was that damn deep, because for me, I just feel like, okay, it's a Super Bowl performance, Super Bowl, I have a good time every year, I'm gonna check out the show, cool. And again, I don't deify people. Like, to me, Kendrick is just a rapper. I'm not looking for him to like he's Moses and he's about to, lead us to freedom. I don't have that type of energy or rapport with Kendrick. I like his music. I also like Drake's music. I'm never gonna take anything away from Drake's catalog. But like I said, when it came to the beef, in my personal opinion, Kendrick won. Okay? Drake definitely had a few good songs. You know what I'm saying? The back and forth was definitely interesting, but Kendrick put the nail in the coffin, right?
That's it for me.
So it's just very interesting to see like how upset Drake fans are. To me, I enjoyed it, but I also had to be honest. You have to watch it several times to pick up all the Easter eggs, all the messages. So I can understand how some people are like, I don't have time for that. I just want to eat my chicken wings and shake my ass during the halftime part. I don't want to sit here and decipher things and listen to, Samuel L. Jackson. I get that, but you also can't get mad if people feel like, yo, it was deep and I really enjoy it. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and listen to all the folks who did not like the halftime show, because I genuinely want to hear their opinion as well. This is an unbiased channel. So again, we have the people who love it. I've shown clips of the people who enjoyed it, who broke it down. So now we're going to also react to the people who did not like the halftime show, who did not enjoy it, and who do not get it, okay? So let's go ahead and start first with the mainstream media, because they're the ones who had the most to say first. So we're going to go ahead and check them out right now.
The halftime show was awful.
I didn't like halftime.
The worst halftime ever.
What a nightmare. I kept sitting there saying, maybe I just don't get this guy. This guy, Kendall Lamar, and he won all these Grammys.
It was so bad. Jimmy Carter came back to life just to turn off the TV.
Bro, I couldn't understand a word that was being said.
It was hard to make out what was actually being said.
So bad, Trump was hoping someone would shoot him in the ear again.
Kendrick Lamar's 12 minutes of rap was basically a musical grudge match.
For me, it wasn't mass appeal.
The music itself is not broad enough or well known enough to reach generations.
Now that Trump's president, we have someone like Willie Nelson at halftime.
Let's put Carrie Underwood and Reba and Morgan Wallen. Let them have a go at it.
A full-on Trump rally for the halftime show. Morgan Wallen or Zach Bryan plays us 2 or 3 songs. Trump comes out with an executive desk, signs 5 executive orders, and Shane Gillis takes us out with a 5-minute set. Best halftime show ever.
All right, so nobody's shocked that that's Fox News' reaction to the Super Bowl halftime performance. So now I want to go ahead and talk about some controversy that's going on with some of these celebrities. So Michael Blackston gave his honest opinion as well. He felt like it wasn't, turned up enough. And Kai Cenat, who was there, well, they were both there, but Kai said that the crowd was not lit like that and that people really didn't get hyped up until Not Like Us. He's also accusing the NFL of adding a soundtrack of people cheering, and Drake also liked that comment as well. So we're going to go ahead and check this out.
Kendrick Lamar, what are your thoughts, man?
His performance.
I don't know. I wasn't too impressed with the halftime show.
Yeah, I mean, it started a little slow.
I saw it live.
Okay.
It probably was better on television. From watching it live, I didn't enjoy too much. I don't think he played hits. When you go to, when a star perform at a sports show, you wanna sing along with them.
Yeah.
We sung along on Not Like Other. That was for a very short second or so. They chopped the song all up.
Were you shocked that he was like mentioned? He actually said Drake, looked in the camera, said, didn't he say pedophile?
Here's the thing, I was there live, so I didn't get to see all that stuff.
Yeah. You think Drake is like, crying a little bit, or he's good?
Drake is probably, he's not letting bother him, because like I said, the halftime show, I've seen Kendrick do a better show.
You think Drake could do a better halftime show?
Well, Drake has a lot of hits.
Chris Brown in LA, we need Chris Brown to do the Super Bowl. Jay-Z and NFL, we gotta give Chris Brown his shot.
We don't care, we are champions.
I love you, bro.
So y'all saw what Michael Blackson had to say. Now, I will say this. One thing about the Super Bowl is people love nostalgia. And people do want to be able to sing along to songs and rock out. Like I've stated before, me personally, I did not like Rihanna's halftime show the year that she went on. I felt like she shouldn't have did it pregnant. The outfit wasn't hitting. The hair fell flat for me. And I don't want to see a pregnant woman 200 feet in the air who really can't dance, who's scared to really move because she doesn't want to fall off of this beam. I didn't like her performance, but the thing that saved her performance for me was the fact that I love Rihanna's music. So it brought back a lot of nostalgia, especially when all the lights came on and stuff like that. So I do agree with Michael Blackson there, is that he played a lot of his new stuff. And I agree that if you're like into Gen X and like, all the songs verbatim, then yeah, you could rock out to it. But for like a casual Kendrick listener, they really couldn't rock out to a lot of the songs that he was performing. He did not perform a lot of his commercial songs, but we understand that he did that for a reason. So now we're going to go ahead and listen to what Kai Cenat had to say.
Word to my mother. If anybody was there, y'all knew it was. Y'all knew it. Y'all felt it. Crowd was making no noise. Mm-hmm. This is me being honest. I was there. The loudest times that they made, the loudest time that the crowds did was, I think, him being shown for the first time, SZA, Samuel Jackson being shown for the first time, and then They Not Like Us. Now, I honestly feel like some of the songs he should have switched out for more. You feel me? For like another song or some shit. Like there's some songs on there that I was like, damn, he could have switched that out for like this. This would have been fire here. This would have fire been there, right? But one thing I will say though, although the vibes was not good, crowd was not good. I don't even think they were just not fucking with the performance. Like up until They Not Like Us. But what I will say is, the symbolism behind that performance was top tier. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I paid attention to like the set.
All right, so you guys just heard what Kai Cenat had to say. So we're going to watch this other video that's going viral where he's basically insinuating that the NFL added crowd noise to Kendrick's performance, and Drake also liked that comment as well. So this is causing a lot of controversy right now on Twitter.
Okay, oh my God, they add sound effects to the NFL shit. Oh my fucking God. All right, so right here, there was no sound. I just heard crowd sounds. All my life right here, there was no sounds. Fuck, they add crowd effects? I did not know that.
And then you can see right here, Kai Cenat claims the NFL added crowd noise to Kendrick's Super Bowl halftime stream, and you see it's been liked by Champagne Poppy. So again, this is causing a lot of controversy, and a lot of people are weighing in on this performance. We're going to go ahead and go to TikTok and see what the folks of TikTok are saying about Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance.
They got to be lying because they said Kendrick had the most viewed Super Bowl halftime show ever, but this says that Usher had more views. What was it, just last year? Women lie, men lie, but the numbers don't lie unless you pay for bots and you make up lies. Like they keep saying Kendrick has done, and UMG is doing it for him. By all metrics, they say Kendrick wanna beef. You know, to me, Family Matters is the best diss song out of the whole beef. So, you know, Drake wanna beef, but we gonna go with y'all. Kendrick won, you know. But once Kendrick don't have Drake to rap about and all these gimmicks, Drake ex-girlfriend SZA with his other ex-girlfriend Serena Williams over there, quick walking, looking like a. I'm gonna leave that alone. What is people gonna still listen to him? Because Drake don't need somebody else's name to make his music. To Drake name carry weight on his own. Like I said, he made y'all favorite rapper rap again. But once he no longer has Drake to talk about, who's going to be listening to him? Nobody. Everybody came together, HBO and all these different companies and all these different rappers. Everybody came together to try to take Drake down. The boy's still the boy, you know, all the fluctuating on the numbers and the lies and shit. But at the end of the day, to dethrone the king, you gotta, all them lies ain't gonna do. Somebody gotta be lying.
So it's clearly obvious he's a Drake fan. There's a lot of hurt Drake fans out here. But one thing I will say about the numbers that are, you know, very interesting to me is that they're saying that it's the biggest Super Bowl halftime performance of all time. But they're also including the YouTube numbers in that. And so to me, because a lot of people were comparing it to Michael Jackson, because they're saying that his numbers beat Michael Jackson. I personally, I got to keep it real, you know, K-Dot fans, I don't think that's a fair comparison, because when Michael Jackson did his thing at the Super Bowl, that was raw viewership. And this was back in the day where there was no TiVo, there was no pausing of the television. You had to be there in the flesh, watching it live. They only aired it one time. So to me, Michael Jackson, you know, holds that record. I don't care about anything after that. Also, let's not forget, like I said, a lot of people went back to watch Kendrick's performance over and over again on YouTube to pull out the symbolisms and look for Easter eggs. So that also is going to help inflate and make the numbers bigger as well. But as far as the Usher thing, I hadn't seen that, so that's interesting. I'm going to have to look into that myself. But I do believe that a lot of his numbers did come from people going back and rewatching the halftime show over and over again on YouTube. So I got to keep it real with that one.
I tweeted while we were watching the halftime show, you know, with Kendrick Lamar, and I tweeted out, "Is this the worst halftime show you've ever seen? Was it great?"
You did like a poll?
Yeah, I did a poll, and most people didn't. Because listen, I love rap. Okay? It's one of my favorite genres. If you listen to the vlog, it's always rap. 'Cause I like rap. I love rap. All old school, new school, don't matter, yo. Blah, blah, you know?
Yeah. Not don't matter, yo.
I don't know the guy's music too well, right? But every song, I couldn't tell the difference.
No.
It was no hook. There's no chorus. There's no like, California.
Well, that's a different kind of rap.
He just rap.
Not even rap.
I think, okay, so for a big stadium like that, right? You need boom. You need like a Madonna, Shakira, Prince, you know, like Usher, who crushes it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I guess this was for the younger audience. And of course, I post this and then I got instantly people calling me racist.
Oh, really?
Like, how stupid are you? Literally, rap music is like among my favorites.
No, and like,
I didn't like him. I loved Usher. He's black.
No. It is safe to say, I think everybody in the United States of America agrees right now, that was the worst fucking halftime show we have ever seen. Whoever hired Kendrick Lamar needs to be fucking fired on the spot. And turn the fucking TV off. Seriously, whoever the fuck thought it was a good idea to put Kendrick Lamar on stage for the halftime show, dude, we could have, Lil Wayne would have been so much better. I mean, he's from New Orleans. He's got all the stuff, and he is New Orleans. Kendrick Lamar was not the fucking one, dude. That was what was even going on? What the fuck was Samuel Jackson even doing? Okay? He was just there, like, pretty much shitting on America. That's all they were doing. If you want to be honest with you, red, white, and blue, they were shitting on the U.S., in my opinion. Next year, or next time we're in New Orleans, why don't we have Lil Wayne out? If he's even still living. Why don't we have Lil Wayne?
Not if
Kendrick
he's even
Lamar,
still living.
you're fucking done. That was terrible.
I don't give a fuck what y'all say. That fucking halftime show was fucking horrible, you hear me? I damn near fell asleep until he screamed, "Mustard!" That shit woke me the fuck up. I ain't even gonna lie. That shit was horrible. I guess they want the motherfucker to see what. I can't do that shit.
So it definitely sounds like a lot of Louisiana people were not here for this at all, and they definitely wanted Wayne to perform.
That had to be the worst Super Bowl performance in the history of all Super Bowl halftime shows. Kendrick Lamar is not a mainstream artist. Maybe he's just not like that, or not like us. And the energy was so piss poor low. I promise you, I wasn't the only one who was just standing there and just watching the halftime show. Like, okay. The vibe was off in this Super Bowl halftime show. Majority of the people were probably just waiting for the second half to happen. They were waiting for the game to turn back on. If you're a diehard Kendrick fan, you will say you will like it. However, you need to fit for the masses of people. You can't just one side have a niche. And this is the reason why that millions and millions of people just didn't know what he was talking about. Millions and millions of people just wasn't understanding what these songs were. Millions and millions of people just don't know his music like that. And the only song that they truly know is Not Like Us. I think he really wanted us to turn the TV off, literally. With the whole Samuel L. Jackson, the Serena Williams. Not here for that at all. And honestly, if you really want to bring someone that's mainstream, you should have brought Drake.
Y'all know what I find funny? How the same people who voted for a lady that blew $1 billion in 3 months are the same people on here arguing about Kendrick Lamar's performance. It's literally the same people, y'all. Just go look. It's the same damn people. It's the same people. And it's really crazy because when it's time for actual outrage about something that really matters, y'all don't have nothing to say. But now when we talking about a bullshit ass Super Bowl performance, now all of a sudden y'all are so woke and you're so, you know, aware and oh my God, he's trying to send out this message. What message could you possibly be trying to send as an industry puppet? What message are you sending? That's why it's like, y'all kill me with this bullshit outrage. Stevie Wonder could see that performance was some bullshit.
This year's Super Bowl performance, in my opinion, was terrible. It should be the poster child.
Okay, I hear Louisiana, New Orleans accent, so I already know he about to go in, child.
For what's wrong in America today. While you had this performer on stage, right? Half of the things he said, most Americans couldn't even understand. And instead of preaching a positive message, right? He wanted to do hidden messages and blatantly disrespect other performers. All on the biggest stage in America today, right? That's what he did. And to get on stage and call another man a pedo, I lost all respect for that man. I did. Now, I associate rock with a few of his songs, right? But this man went on stage and won Grammys for one of his best songs, accusing another man of being a pedo. Now, I feel Drake, you know what I'm saying? Because I've had other performers, or creators, I should say, on here. They are performers because they're fake, right? Just like the little fella from L.A., right? Dude's a little fella. He ain't gonna box Drake or nothing. He just gets behind a microphone and makes up false accusations about him. About being a pedo. And that's what I've seen other creators do about me on here. They've literally called me a chomo or pedo. No facts or paperwork to back it up, right? They just say it to be disrespectful, right? And why?
Now he's ranting about his own personal issues. I don't know who this man is. I don't know if he's a rapper himself, but he's now turning this into something that people have accused him of on TikTok. Okay, sir, keep going.
This man is making millions of dollars with his music. He's on stage disrespecting another performer, right? Calling him a pedo. Now, I ain't never seen Drake been accused of that. I don't see him in jail or charged with that. He's out there living free, has children and everything, right? Living a great life. Yet this man's disrespecting him as a father and as a man with no facts, proof, or paperwork to back it up. Because he ain't been charged with it. As far as I know, he ain't got nothing to do with allegedly being involved with that in any way, shape, or form. Nor do I. Yet people say it for a response. And for the feeble-minded Americans that actually listen to that song and that he won Grammys for, that's just a sad day in America. A sad day in America. And like I said before, this year's Super Bowl performance was the worst of all time. And for those that understood what he was saying, most of it was just blah, 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 blah. That man will never be a Tupac. He'll never be one of the greatest of all time. He's just a fugazi. A fugazi, just like most of these other guys. But
not a fugazi.
You should watch what you say. Because at the end of the day, most of these haters that talk about me on here and make up lies on me, hell, even if I tried to sue them, I couldn't get nothing out of them anyway because they broke. You know what I mean? They broke. So I called them out to the ring to come see me. I paid for their airfare, hotel. We put on pay-per-view and make them a highlight reel. Yet they too scared to come see me. But Drake, man, I understand. Hey, I'd be hitting him up too. Cause it's not like Kendrick's gonna come see him in the ring or do nothing about it. So he might as well hit him up for everything he has. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Cause at the end of the day, that's called the epitome of defaming someone's name. Defaming someone's name. Some people make millions on doing it. And this is quite sad.
Okay, sir. Well, he went off. He's clearly a Drake fan. He's not here for the pedo allegations. It looks like he's been through some stuff in these TikTok streets. I don't know who he is, so, bless his heart. I hope all the drama and all this stuff that people have put you through on TikTok, I hope it ceases, sir, okay? Because he's definitely internalizing everything that's going on between Drake and Kendrick.
Just mid! It was mid! It was mid! It was nothing spectacular! Kendrick fans were just glazing him!
Oh, Chad, it's okay.
Drake's had enough!
Chill out. Chill.
Child, bless his heart. I hope he's going to be okay. He said it was mid. He said Drake's had enough. These Drake fans are going crazy right now on TikTok. So somebody check on him. Make sure he's doing okay today. Goodness.
Yo, let's not even tell a lie. That Super Bowl halftime show was absolute cheeks. That Super Bowl halftime show was absolute dog rubbish. That Super Bowl halftime show was 15 minutes of pure nothing. That Super Bowl halftime show was literally baseless, was literally senseless, was literally poorly. The set list was even, bro, the set list was so bad. And
tell us how you really feel with that strong, beautiful accent. He's going in, honey. See, that's a real accent right there, not the one that Drake be trying to... Okay, never mind.
It's so crazy because Kendrick has so many hits, but literally every time I was just playing a hit, it's just like, bro, like, it's not flowing the way it was meant to flow. I don't even know what I expected, but it's not flowing the way it was meant to flow. It only got exciting once it got to the part of Not Like Us, bro. Other than that, I can't lie, Kendrick was cheeks. And I kid you not, even the Weeknd's halftime show was 10 times better than this. This was just rubbish. What, because he brought out Serena Williams to do some little doogie step on whatever? Bro, it was rubbish. Bro, I'll continue to say this. They can never even make me hate Drake, bro. Because Drake could have performed 10 times way better than that. Like, imagine having the biggest moment of your life and the only time where your performance gets lit is at the time where you're dissing someone else.
So like I said, these Drake fans, they're coming out the woodwork. They're going hard and they are stating their opinions. You know what I'm saying? They are not feeling the performance. He feels like, you know what, your whole performance was basically based around dissing Drake. Everything else was cheeks, in his words.
Can anybody else understand what's going on at halftime show? He said turn the TV off, so I did, but I kind of caught that towards the end of it. I don't know. I ain't against, that kind of music being played on shows or whatever, but man, let's at least get something we can understand on there. You know what I mean? All I think I understood was something about some and then turn the TV off, so I turned it off. Maybe I can turn it back on in a minute. Dang, I must have made some folks mad. Saying I couldn't understand what he was saying in the... Dang, I must have made some folks mad. Saying I couldn't understand what he was saying in the Super Bowl halftime show. Listen, I'm not against that type of music or rapping in general. Heck, let's bring back the 80s and 90s rap. Hell, let's bring back any kind of genre from the 80s and 90s. But at least put something on there you can understand. You know what I'm saying? He said turn the TV off, so I turned it off. I was being a smart tail about that. But anyway, that's the only thing I really understood is and then turn the TV off. So I'm not like against that type of music, the rap music. I'm just was hoping that, you could understand it. And at least I'm not the only one. Seen an article was saying it was the worst halftime show ever in history. So at least people agree, no matter what style of music it is, it was awful. I shouldn't have to have a lyric sheet to understand what somebody's saying.
That was the worst Super Bowl halftime show I've ever seen, and Kendrick fans are already saying that, oh, this is a race thing. Nobody was saying this about Beyonce's halftime show. Because Beyonce's halftime show, unlike Kendrick's, had amazing choreography. Kendrick's choreography was boring. It had amazing costume design. Kendrick's costume design was boring. It had amazing set design. Kendrick's sets were boring. And Beyonce performed a wide list of songs that actually resonate with a large portion of the US population. You can't say the same thing for Kendrick's performance. Beyonce's performance was also musically impressive. You can also not say the same thing about Kendrick's performance. I think a lot of artists nowadays think that if their art has political messaging in it, then it doesn't have to be impressive on a surface level, like musically and aesthetically, visually impressive. And that's just not and never will be true, especially for the Super Bowl halftime show. People want a halftime show that is both visually and musically impressive. And Kendrick's performance was neither of those things.
All right, so you guys just heard what he had to say. So, like I said, it is a lot of different people stating their opinion about this whole halftime performance. And that's what I love about it. Because initially I just thought it was a bunch of like racist, white folks that are just mad. But it's a wide range of people. You have, the gays saying that they don't like it. You have black folks, hood black folks. You have woke black folks. You have Drake fans. So it's a wide mix of people who were feeling away about this halftime performance. And that's what I want to show you guys. I don't want to just show Drake fans or just show, specific people, even celebrities who had an issue with the performance as well. So we're going to keep going.
I don't care what nobody say.
It should have been Wayne.
The pregame show was better than the halftime show. Don't play with New Orleans. It should have been Wayne. That shit was...
Okay, I hear that accent. I already know she about to go in, okay? New Orleans was definitely not here for that halftime show. Literally, everybody with a NOLA accent, they were not here for it.
Trash. That shit was trash. It should have been Wayne. The pregame show was better. John Baptiste did better than that. I'm sorry. EGOT. Stop playing with New Orleans. Stop letting other people come to our city and put on, because he did not. It was trash. It was whack. A minor was whack. That wasn't for us. If anything, I hope Trump felt less empowered. Because the whole halftime show was trash. I said what I said, and if you don't like it, go argue with your mom. Because you can't argue with me. The whole halftime show was trash. SZA was the hottest thing on that stage. Am I lying, family? No. No lies told, baby. It was trash. Jay-Z, that was your last year playing in our face.
Kendrick Lamar disrespected the fuck out of NOLA. Let me tell you how.
Child, here goes some more folks from New Orleans. Tell us, sis, how did he disrespect the fuck out of NOLA? Please explain.
New Orleans music is a melting pot of influences. Blending African, Caribbean, French, and Spanish elements into a unique and vibrant sound. The city's music scene has birthed or heavily influenced several genres, including jazz, blues, R&B, funk, and most importantly, hip-hop. And Kendrick didn't bother to incorporate any of it in his performance. Considering the large impact that New Orleans has had on hip-hop specifically, from Master P, No Limit, the Hot Boys, Cash Money, all of these people that have come from New Orleans and created a dynamic sound, a unique sound, that when you hear it, you know, oh, that's a New Orleans artist. You couldn't try to incorporate any of that into your performance, Kendrick?
Now, I get what she's saying. She's from New Orleans, and New Orleans played a huge part in hip-hop, especially in, the mid to late 90s. Master P, No Limit, Cash Money, Lil Wayne, Baby, Birdman, all, the whole crew, right? So I get that, but at the end of the day, Kendrick is not from New Orleans. He's from Compton. And he was brought on to put on his own performance, and he's putting on for his city. And again, I don't understand why all of a sudden, because it's in New Orleans, there's all this energy that all these New Orleans artists should have been included, when that's never been said before in any other city. I find that talking point strange, but let's continue to hear this sister out.
You didn't have to have Lil Wayne on the stage. We knew he wasn't coming. You didn't have to have Master P on the stage. Whatever. Okay, he probably was going to stay loyal to Wayne. But you couldn't hire a marching band? You couldn't hire some dancers to come out there or something with something. I mean, do a parade or something. Just incorporate, show respect for.
So basically, she wanted Kendrick, who is from Compton, to come out with a little second line. You know, the second line with the little umbrellas and stuff. I love me a good second line. But again, he's not from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what to tell you, sis. He's not from there, so he's not going to think to, you know, to do things like that, unfortunately.
For the city that you were in, and not just because you're in that city, but because that city is so culturally important. He made it all about the West Coast sound, the West Coast vibes, and that's why everybody was during the whole performance. West Coast dudes really have this huge ego, like everybody is checking for them, like they're the tastemakers and whatnot. Y'all lost that shit back in the 90s. Nobody has been checking for the West Coast since the 90s. Okay, when Pop died, all that shit died with it. That's why Snoop Dogg moved over to No Limit. Went over to his record label. Remember when Snoop Dogg was signed to No Limit?
I remember.
Yeah, I do. That's why he went over there. That's why he started changing his sound around. Because he realized the West Coast ain't where it is anymore. That's not where it's at. That sound is played out and people are tired of it. Show respect to the sound that has been carrying music for the last 25 years or more. I said this before and I'm going to say it again. I feel as though Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar are trying to make it seem as though the South has not been holding hip hop down for the last 25 plus years. I think that they are trying to write the South out of hip hop. Remember when Jay-Z had that whole issue with T-Pain and he made the song Death of the Auto-Tune and all that? He didn't like that T-Pain was using auto-tune in his sound. So because of that, he went on this whole war and raged against T-Pain and made this song. And honestly, I love T-Pain. You know, back in the day, he basically wrote my college years for me. T-Pain, DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, several others, Lil Wayne, can't forget him. They wrote my college years for me, basically. That's who we were listening to. And then Jay-Z did that to T-Pain, and T-Pain kind of went on this long hiatus where he wasn't making music. And why? Well, because Jay-Z was jealous of the way the sound was changing. And he thought that it was going to be easier for people to make better music than him. And this whole Kendrick...
She's not lying about the whole death of an auto-tune beef with Jay-Z, and you know, it was one-sided because T-Pain kind of minded his business. So she's not lying about that. Jay-Z did go on a whole hobo tour denouncing auto-tune, and back then the South was big. The South had everybody in a chokehold. I would say from like 2005 till about 2011-ish, like the crunk era, Little John, T-Pain, Lil Wayne. I remember Fat Joe even saying, why is everybody so mad at the South for? You know, because people were really feeling away when the Southern music, the Southern hip hop was really booming around that time. So she's not lying about that, but I don't know. Is Jay-Z still that petty to not want to have Southern, you know, artists perform at the Super Bowl? I never looked at it this way. So that's why I'm glad I'm hearing from all sides. Keep going, my Louisiana sister.
Kendrick Lamar thing, this is just another example of someone being jealous and trying to rewrite history and write someone out of it. But the only way to change someone's mind is to change their heart. And our hearts are still desiring that good old Southern sound that we love so much. The Southern sound that changes with the times, but still stays true to itself. That Southern sound that's comforting, yet unsettling. It's fierce, yet it's tameable. It's reckless, yet disciplined, if that makes sense. Like, y'all love to say that Southern rappers mumble, yet Kendrick Lamar got on that stage last night and mumbled his way through that entire performance. I mean, yeah, his breath control was good, but it was a...
Shade, honey.
I mean, I thought my dog Lola was performing for a second there. So in closing, the performance was bad. I'm not willing to say it was mid. I'm not willing to say it was good. It was bad. It wasn't what it needed to be. And part of that is because Kendrick Lamar disrespected New Orleans.
Bro, the fucking Chiefs lost, but that's why Kendrick Lamar's fucking performance was fucking ass. I swear to God, that shit was garbage. A win is a fucking win, nigga. That shitty ass performance. On my life, that shit was ass. The only song that niggas knew was Not Like Us, nigga, and that was because of Drake. This nigga's biggest song is with Drake. And niggas only cared about Southern when she came out. They didn't. That nigga played songs from his new album. That album, GNX, ass. Fuck.
There's at least a 3-minute time limit on TikTok. You can slow down, breathe a little bit, and explain a little bit further. Like, he was trying to get everything out within 30 seconds.
Halftime show. Not gonna lie, Kendrick Lamar's halftime show was ass. I was trying to hear Not Like Us like 6 times, not gonna lie. And I'm a Drake fan. Drake would have a way more iconic Super Bowl show. Just saying.
Nobody pray for me. It been that day for me. Yeah. I be humble. Hold on. Sit down. Hold on.
Nigga, it's a Super Bowl. Tighten the fuck up, bro. Why you speaking in lowercase? Why? Am I bugging the fuck out?
Not lowercase. Dude is wild. That was funny.
Bro, the Kendrick performance was bad, bro. Y'all so focused on trying to make Drake look bad. Where was the songs that made you? Where was the if I made my time I better you still love me? Where was that joint? Why you ain't bring Rihanna out? Loyalty. Why you ain't bring the van out? The burgundy van. Where was me and mine is trying to get it, yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. Where was I am a sinner who probably gonna sin again? Lord, where was that? Where was all my life I want money and power, respect my bro? Where was we gonna be all right? We gonna be all right. Yo, it was bad, bro. Cause y'all focus on trying to make Drake look bad, and you ain't even performed none of the songs that made you. The performance was bad. It was bad. I don't care who don't like whatever. It was bad.
Now, you can tell he's definitely a Kendrick fan. He definitely understands Kendrick's music and the playlist. And he made some pretty good points, because there were definitely some songs when I went back and rewatched it that I wish that he would have performed, but the hype was Not Like Us. Hell, I'm so messy and petty, I was hoping that he would perform Poetic Justice, because that was my jam. And yes, I know it featured Drake, but that to me would have been even pettier. If he got out there, spit some bars from Poetic Justice, and then, flip to They Not Like Us. They not... I know, I'm messy, y'all messy.
All I gotta say is everybody getting sued. And Serena Williams, don't think we didn't know that was you, okay? I know Serena when I see Serena. She danced on the very song. If y'all don't know, Serena Williams is Drake's ex. Please don't sue me, okay? Please don't sue her here, brother, okay? All I gotta say is it wasn't the best Super Bowl halftime show, but it was the pettiest, okay? It was the pettiest halftime show I've ever seen in my life. I loved it. I loved every second of it, okay? And if you sue somebody, you better not sue Sam L, okay? We're going to riot if you sue Sam L. That's all I got to say. Man, Sam L looked bad with that outfit he had, that American outfit he had on, and I still ain't seen one Elon Musk commercial. TikTok, I knew y'all be lying. Y'all be lying, boy. I promise. That was great. The pettiness in me admires Kendrick Lamar.
Here's the shortest Super Bowl think piece in history. Y'all ready? Kendrick missed an opportunity. You all can try to save him with all the, it's too deep and it's an imagery and it's buried 5 stories down and whatever else. This man has a catalog that eclipses a lot of artists in his genre, but again, abyss moment. But instead of demanding and expecting more from your king, for those of you that wanted to see Not Like Us for the 10 millionth time, you won. But for those of us who really were expecting more, for those of us who really wanted to see him speak truth to power, not buried in hieroglyphics and all the other nonsense you guys try to come up with to justify his lack of depth and focus when there should be some. Yes, he's incredible. Yes, he's a talented man. Yes, all these things, but he's flawed and y'all refuse to accept it. Half of y'all was saying, well, he's not political. Now everybody's saying, because we're criticizing the show, it was so deep, there were so many messages, like, y'all, it just won't stop. It just won't.
This was not it at all. For me, when it comes to halftime shows, I feel like they should be entertaining. There is absolutely nothing about this performance by Kendrick Lamar that was entertaining whatsoever. Bro was boring as hell on stage. They definitely should have brought fucking Lil Wayne out. Lil Wayne would have went crazy. Being in New Orleans, I think that was a missed opportunity that they will never get back. This was probably one of the worst halftime performances I've seen. Shit, they would have been better off bringing Chris Brown out. Chris Brown would have killed that show. When it comes to halftime performance, you need people that's entertaining, that's going to get the crowd going, get you hyped up, especially when you're sitting in your living room watching the performance. You need to feel the energy. There was absolutely no energy whatsoever on that stage. It was like bro was thinking about Drake the whole time. He couldn't wait to play that one funky ass song. Probably one of the worst Super Bowl performances I've ever seen. They missed this opportunity, man. They missed this opportunity by not bringing out Lil Wayne or somebody that's more entertaining. Kendrick Lamar is a lyricist, but he's not an entertainer. He's not an entertainer.
Where's the short button and the stop sign? Because put me on it. I'm not understanding. Y'all want to call people slow and say we missing the message behind Kendrick's performance. Bitch, that's clear as day. We understand that. We understood that. That was simple. It was so boring, bitch. The performance was so boring that, bitch, how could we miss the message? I'm confused, bitch. Like, I wanted a performance with the message. Beyonce give us a performance with the message all the time, and we always catch it. But at the same motherfucking time, she understands it's a performance. I'm not understanding. That was boring. Y'all should have, even though I know the timings don't match up, but that should have been left on the West Coast performance when they all performed with 50 Cent and all that. Even though I know the song went out at the time, but Kendrick performance at that time should have been with that. Because outside of We Not Like Us, Who Not Like Us, bitch, what song really got the crowd going? Nothing. Not now, one of them. I'm sorry. SZA is a cruise, laid back type person, type music. We don't want to hear that at no fucking Super Bowl. I'm sorry. It didn't give. I'm thinking he finna bring out Doechii or something. Doechii would have been like the icing on top of the cake, and it would have pushed the performance to be more of something. But that didn't even happen either. The performance was lackluster, and I need y'all to admit that. Just like the song was overhyped and pushed, and I need y'all to admit that. Let's be honest here. Y'all be mad because we saying, oh, it should have been Lil Wayne. Yes, it should have been Lil Wayne because culturally, that would have made sense. It just would have made sense. And we would have got Lil Wayne, Master P, and probably Nicki Minaj and Drake. Unfortunately, I know y'all don't want to admit to that. That would have been a great performance because of the whole beef and shit that's going on. But truth and reality of Louisiana, we wanted some Big Frida and everybody, a little Sissanobi, a little horns being played, not full marching bands. Give us the smaller ensemble bands. Oh my gosh, y'all just missed out on so much.
People in Louisiana are literally going through it right now. They were not here for this performance at all, and they are letting it be known.
That the performance was boring. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna keep explaining.
Y'all can say what y'all want to say. That halftime performance was not hitting at all. That was not hitting at all, bro. Kendrick should have came way better than that, bro. You had months to prepare. And that's all we got? Like, I don't know why, but just watching it, it really wasn't moving me, bro. It wasn't like, oh, like, nah, bro. Kendrick, you had time to prepare, and that's what you gave us, bro. That was lackluster, and I already know what everybody gonna say. Oh, but he had the whole crowd saying, hey, man. Like, bro, okay, we got that already, bro. That's cool. That's cool and all, bro. That part alone is good in a diss for Drake, but that does not take away from the performance as a whole. That junk was garbage. Bro, you got all these people on stage in these long-ass t-shirts just doing anything on stage. It wasn't really moving, bro. Then you performing songs off your last project. Why? Like, when you do a Super Bowl performance, you need to do your biggest records. Your biggest records. Why you know what I'm saying? Why you performing things off GNX? You supposed to have came out with, I am a sinner who's only gonna sin again. Love, that's how you should have came out. I don't understand it, bro. You had time to prepare, bro, and y'all passed up on Lil Wayne for that. Now, don't get me wrong. Wayne do be hit or miss. His performances lately haven't really been all that, but y'all do know for a fact that in New Orleans, if Lil Wayne would have actually put together a show,
Like how Dr. Dre and all them did when they had 50 Cent and all them up there. If Lil Wayne would have came out, him, Manny Fresh, Birdman, Juvenile, BG, Turk, and came out to like some Hot Boys, and it went to like, you know, Wayne biggest singles, promise you he would have turned up that whole stadium, bro.
I told y'all, these New Orleans people, they are going in as far as his Super Bowl performance. He's funny, though. He's cracking me up. He's making some decent points, you know. Like I said, I'm trying to be open-minded and hear all sides. He is making some decent points that a lot of people said that Kendrick should have performed some more of his popular music. So I do agree with that.
That whole stadium, bro. The crowd was pretty much dead the entire time, except when he did Not Like Us, bro. Come on, bro. Now, don't get me wrong. That A minor was shaking the whole stadium. I'm not gonna lie to you. But we all seen that coming. We seen that coming, bro. But that performance was not hitting at all. At all.
I'm gonna say it, and I'm not even gonna feel bad about it. That was the dumbest halftime show I've ever seen in my entire life. That was pointless. That was a waste. I feel like, can I get that time in my life back?
Show with Kendrick Lamar tonight was one of the worst things I've ever seen in music. Not just a halftime show, concerts or anything. It did not carry. It did not carry the torch from Usher. It did not carry the torch from Rihanna, and she was pregnant in 2023. It definitely didn't carry the torch from Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg in 2022, which by far was the best NFL halftime show ever in history. It just did not do it. This guy already performed in 2022. He was lucky to even be a part of that show. Now they give the whole headline to him, and he absolutely destroys it.
Unc is going off right now. Tell us how you really feel, Unc.
Kendrick Lamar is nowhere near of a talented artist to be able to carry something like the Super Bowl halftime show. And the fact that he came out and performed his ridiculous song that y'all are so addicted to, it was just stupid. It was ridiculous. Bruno Mars did far better of a job. Justin Timberlake did far better of a job. Beyonce, Michael Jackson, all of the artists that I've ever seen in a halftime show, I would have rather seen Taylor Swift perform than to watch Kendrick Lamar perform at the halftime show. It was embarrassing. It was boring. And the fact that they took the lighting off the crowd slows down the crowd. So when you put a spotlight on an artist and you take all the lights and you dim all the lights in the arena, that makes it boring. Look what happened when Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg performed. They had all the lights on and everybody was dancing. Everybody was hyped. It was insane. Anyway, it was the worst halftime show I've ever seen in history.
The best part about what happened last night is the mere fact that Kendrick Lamar has finally been woken up to public criticism. And it's so fucking sweet seeing all these people spiraling, trying to act like that their halftime performance show was actually good. It wasn't. And for a rapper who just won 5 Grammys for one song, for your headline to be this, not even after 10 minutes after your performance, this only proves what I've been saying and what a lot of other people have been saying. Kendrick Lamar is a fraud. You got exposed to the highest degree last night, breathing hard and trying to run around strutting your hips like a bitch.
Ooh.
Just for your Super Bowl performance to be labeled the worst ever. And I must reiterate, if you're a Kendrick Lamar fan, you cannot come back over here trying to act like you listen to Drake. Y'all gotta die over there.
Everyone that's talking about the Kendrick Lamar performance and trying to break it down for the ones that didn't get it is kind of missing the point. When we think of great Super Bowl performances, we think about Michael Jackson. We're thinking about Prince. We're thinking about Beyonce. We're thinking about Janet Jackson. We're thinking about these legendary performances that were actually entertaining. If Kendrick wants to use that moment to send a message about racism and everything, that's fine. But I would argue that that was more so about just him getting one up over Drake. The biggest moment of that performance was the A minor and people singing Not Like Us and then him looking at the screen and saying, "Say Drake." That's what people are talking about. No one's talking about the actual message that was supposedly behind it. Having Serena Williams up there doing a gang member dance because Drake dissed her husband in a song. So we have one of the most powerful black women in sports in the world in general doing some gang activity, and that's supposed to be sending a message. And there are so many people that came out when that track list was leaked and said, "Oh, this can't be real. Whoever believes this is so dumb. He would never perform these whack ass songs." And then that's exactly what he did. It was the most boring Super Bowl performance that I've ever seen. And the fact that you have to come out and defend it and say, well, you just didn't get it. But that's always been the narrative with Kendrick Lamar. And I'm not a Kendrick Lamar hater. My favorite album of his is Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers because of the message. And I love the way that he weaved those stories together. But y'all can't tell me with songs like Money Trees, Mad City, All Right, all these other songs that have a message in them, that are better songs, that are better like for entertainment purposes, that he couldn't achieve both at once. And at some point, like every single song that comes out, every single album, every single music video, every single performance, you have to have something other than, well, you just didn't get the message. You're not black enough. Excuse me? I'm not black enough because I just wanted to be entertained and see a good performance? That makes sense to you?
All right, tea sippers. So like I told you, a lot of folks had things to say. And I like the fact that, I'm bringing y'all clips from all over. So it's not just one segment. It's not just, the hillbillies or the racists. Came from a lot of different people who said that they just were not feeling it. And like I always say, people are entitled to their opinion. You can't force somebody to like something, or to support somebody. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Like I said, for me, I was feeling it. I did enjoy it, but I'm not going to lie. I had to watch it several times, to pick up on these Easter eggs. It wasn't anything that I just watched one time was like, oh yeah. No, had to go back and rewatch it a few times. So, and maybe that makes it a bad performance, the fact that I had to go back and watch it a few times to pick things out of it. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I want to show both sides. I want to show why some people were saying that they did not like the performance. So with that being said, I look forward to hearing from you guys. I want to hear y'all's opinions. How do you guys feel about the Super Bowl performance? Do you guys agree with what these folks are saying in these videos? Do you guys agree with some of the things that they're saying, all of what they're saying? Or do you feel like they just did not get the message and the message was not for them? And, K-Dot killed it. End of story. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Leave a comment down below. Make sure you guys hit this video with a like. Feel free to share the video, and I'll talk to y'all later. Deuces.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.